Hi, this is Jim Jordan with Create Vibrant Health. It's December 10th, 2021. And today I want to talk to you about something I read. It was maybe I saw it on a video or an article about the difference between calling ourselves unvaccinated versus vaccine free. So I thought that was really interesting because the world is now divided into the vaccinated, which is of course according to the official narrative the smart, responsible, good thing to do, and unvaccinated, which is the dumb thing to do. You're irresponsible, you're not taking care of your health, you're un something, But the idea of calling yourself vaccine free has a totally different connotation, totally different energy to it, at least from my view. It's like sugar free or caffeine free or GMO free or something like that. It's like I'm free. I don't need this vaccine to be healthy, which is of course true. I mean, it's obvious to me and maybe to many of you, but it's a different identity. Like I'm vaccine free. I don't need that to fight off the coronavirus or whatever the hell you think is going on. And it's true, you don't. And also, it takes you out of the unvax category into the people that just don't need it, like those that believe, the natural immunity people. I've got natural immunity. I got the COVID virus and feel better, and I recovered. My immunity is able to handle any variant and all that. Um, and that's kind of the way I'm looking at it. It's just everything is based on sort of definitions. So I like the idea. I'm calling myself vaccine free. And the way you can be vaccine free, even if you believe in the potential benefits of these vaccines, which I don't, is to say that I have other things I do to make sure I'm healthy. Like I get outdoors, I take vitamin D and zinc, I exercise, I do squats every day, I eat healthy, I do energy medicine modalities, I do use light therapy, use hydrogen therapies, all these other things which are just so much healthier. There's no downside to them at all. Um, and my system is strong enough where I'm not in the least bit afraid of variant strains or any type of bug or um, pathogen or toxin even. So the idea is my last video I talked about how health is an equation. You have deposits and withdrawals. Well, from my view, the way we identify ourselves can also be a deposit or a withdrawal. If you identify yourself as I'm unvaxxed, and it's like, people are down on you because that's not a positive thing. But if I'm vaccine free, that sounds cool. I'm vaccine free. And I'm healthier than I would be with the vaccine. So that plus, of course, not taking these shots, which are potentially and probably quite dangerous as we discover what's in them and as the word gets out as to the adverse effects, you are actually healthier by being vaccine free. You're much healthier. So, without getting into a discussion of, you know, talking about, I'm assuming most people who watch this understand the downside of these vaccines, which are actually not vaccines. But the bigger message I had today is more about how we see ourselves and how we talk about ourselves and how we label things. And in addition to that, also how we try not to judge other people for choosing to do these things, because given their worldview and who they recognize as authority, it makes perfect sense that they would choose these shots. And without a new frame of looking at the world, it would be hard for them to not do it. So, given some compassion for them, offering support if they get injured, which many have been getting injured. I'm getting more and more clients who are injured by these shots. And there are plenty of things you can do to actually recover. There's protocols that are quite significant and effective. And for anybody out here who hears this video who has someone they know or they themselves have been injured by these shots, definitely let me know. I can pass on the protocols. But back to the original message for today, from me is that I would like us to change, those of us who are in the health freedom movement, to change our definition to vaccine free from unvaxxed, and that I think is a positive energy to it, positive connotation, and explain how can I be vaccine free and still be healthy. And that's a great discussion. That's something we can talk about. That's something we can sort of pull people into maybe a worldview that they haven't thought about, that their body is capable, perfectly capable of dealing with what are called viruses or pathogens or environmental toxins or even stress. All of that we're capable of dealing with it if we implement basic common sense strategies and start to live like a human being is designed to live, which I've been speaking about in my last few videos, are really in community with each other, connection to each other, joy and happiness as the primary objective in life, as opposed to making money alone. Connection to nature, the earth, everything that is so beautiful that we have on this planet still. Connection to natural food, organic food, free-range eggs and chicken and wild-caught fish and all that yummy, delicious, nutrient-dense food. Getting the things you need, fresh air and exercise and sunlight, all those elements are what create the health that can be then vaccine-free, and it wouldn't cross your mind. So that's my short message for today. Let's put this out there. Let's just spread this. Let's redefine ourselves and take the initiative and taking the offensive, is letting us be defined. Let's define ourselves and define what we want. And what I want is, of course, a world where there's freedom to choose healthcare that you want, freedom to choose the rules and laws you live by in a free society, as opposed to having an elite give you the rules and laws. We basically elected these people to reflect our will, and they're basic common sense principles that are universal. The universal principles, I would say, that are pretty simple. When I was in law, I realized after, all the endless studying I did, is that you could summarize law down to two basic laws. Do no harm to others and honor your agreements that are lawful. The law of tort law and contract law. You make an agreement, you stick to it. If it's a lawful agreement, you don't harm others with your actions, with your, physically and emotionally. And that's enough. Those are the laws that I try to live by, that I want to live by, that I want to live in communities where that's recognized as those fundamental common sense laws. So that's where I go with everything ultimately. I said, well, how can we simplify things? Instead of making it more complex, how can we simplify it? Instead of shooting your body up with RNA modifying chemicals, how can I create health in a simple, natural way? How can I create a system, a society in a simple and natural way, which would be simplifying law down to its basic requirements. Like I said, do no harm to others and honor your agreements. And that should summarize everything right there. So it's simple, making life simple. That's the message, December 10th, 2021. So it's Jim Jordan with Create Vibrant Health, wishing you a wonderful day.